family. It's your girl Heavenly 2 times today with No Adults Allowed podcast, and today we have 2 awesome coaches from Starstruck Divaz. I'm gonna let y'all introduce yourself, then we're gonna get into it.
Hi, my name is Destiny, the head coach of Starstruck Divaz Dance Company.
My name is Whitney, and I'm an assistant coach at Starstruck Divaz Dance Company.
Awesome. Destiny, tell me about your background with being a part of a dance team or just dancing in general.
Okay, so I've been doing dancing and cheering almost all of my life. Like I started when I was really young. My mama had me cheering and dancing when I was about 4. I was, on a whole bunch of different like little league teams like Matthew Dickey's, Herbert Hoover, things like that. So when I got into middle school, I like kind of changed my mind. I was like, Mom, I want to step. And she was like, well, you've been doing this for so long. I think you should stay doing this. So that was like her push to keep me dancing. Mm-hmm. So I kept dancing. When I got to high school, I joined a majorette team at my McClure South Berkeley High School. And after I left there, in between time, kind of like I was doing 2 dance teams at the same time. I would do the school team, and then I would leave the school, and then I would go to another, traveling team, kind of like ours. Mm-hmm. So, Dazzling Diamonds was the name of that team. Mm-hmm. So, I've kind of been like dancing like all my life, literally. Just my mom's little ballerina.
That's awesome. Whitney, tell me about your background with dancing.
I started dancing around 4. I did tap, and then from there, I did that for a couple of years, and then I started doing praise dance because my family is really deep in church, so that was how I started. Like, that's how I got my foot in the door to be able to do everything else, because if I didn't do that, I wasn't participating in nothing outside of church. Gotcha. So I did praise dance for a couple of years, and then I ended up finding a studio where I could take classes like ballet, jazz, and stuff like that. And after I moved from Lancaster, because I'm from LA, so we moved from Lancaster down to LA, back to the city, and I started dancing on a traveling team and kept dancing in church the whole time. But then after a little while after that, I ended up stopped dancing in church and started doing drill team for a year, and I was the captain of the squad. So I think a little after that, I moved from there to Washington, and I danced in church all the way up until I graduated high school.
Wow. Seems like you guys been dancing since babies, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Got you. So for both of you guys, how is it working with young girls on a dance team? How is it for you guys?
I find it, I don't know. I think it's good for me because like it showed me like a lot of different things or like backgrounds, different ethnicities, mm-hmm. different, like we get a lot of different girls. Like you'd be surprised at how many girls come and go, but at the same time I cherish every girl that comes through our door because there's always something like I can sympathize with or something that I don't know, I'm like a fixer. I like to help. I like to really help like the youth, like any type of anything. I put myself into it.
Gotcha.
So
that's awesome. I like that you're a fixer. I'm gonna use that. I'm a fixer.
Yeah.
Whitney?
I think the thing I like the most about working with little girls is like I never had any younger sisters. Like all my sisters I'm 20 and they're all 30 plus right now. So I never had any little sisters. So being around them, it's like, oh, these are a bunch of my little sisters and just look out for them. Like as much as I can, or like these are a bunch of kids that are around me. So just do right by them as you would want how you would wanted somebody to treat you when you were younger.
Right. Gotcha, definitely. It's kind of like actually being a bigger sister in a way, right?
Yeah.
Understandable. So I believe, well, I'm not going to say that because I'm not a dance coach, so I can't really say that. But, like, I believe, like, let's just say I'm a mentor, right? And I'm mentoring younger children to keep them out of trouble, right? Mm-hmm. So how does dancing keep the younger girls? What do you think? How do you think that keeps them out of trouble? Or do you think that?
I think that it does keep them out of trouble because, mentally and physically. Mm-hmm. Because physically, they're at practice 5 days a week for 2 hours, 3 hours. It sometimes the times even go up. Mm-hmm. So they don't really have time to. You got school, you come home, you do chores, you do homework, you go straight to practice, you come home, take a shower, and go to sleep. You really don't have time to get into something unnecessary. Mm-hmm. But on the mental side, I would say because we give them so much, they're so busy. You got to juggle school, and then you got your chores at home, you got your regular life, and then you got your dance life. Mm-hmm. So it's so much to juggle. You got to keep your head in the game. There's no slacking off and giving time for something else, because then that's when you drop the ball somewhere else. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think it definitely keeps them out of trouble.
I feel like it keeps them out of trouble because it kept me out of trouble, because it's your schedule is so jam-packed with everything. You don't have time to really go do nothing else. And then your friends are at the studio. These are your real friends because these are the people you see every day. Mm-hmm. So these are only you would only understand if you were that person. If you had that schedule where you're night and day, you eat and sleep, dance. That's it. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so tell me some struggles you guys face as being a coach with a dance team. Things that frustrate you, things that get you
struggles. The only struggle with me is juggling my time. Mm-hmm. Now I'm an adult. I have a job. I have a family. And then I have them, So then I have my, my other life. I'm young still, so I have my other life. So it's juggling my time, trying to find time or, just making time for the girls. You make time for the things that you want, know. So making time for the girls is important. And that's the only struggle with me is just juggling my time. I get off of work at 5 o'clock. I gotta be at the studio by 6:30. I gotta get my son. I gotta do the same thing they gotta do. So I tell them all the time, we on the same type of timing. Mm-hmm. I'm busy, you're busy, but we're making it work. You make time for the things that you want.
Definitely. What about you, Whitney?
Patience is my biggest struggle. That is, I be trying to be so patient, or I'm really a goofball. We could be at practice and we're about to start goofing off if I take over, because I get so distracted, or we'll be joking with each other and I'll be like, yeah, we got to finish this. Let's finish this 8 count real quick. Or just trying to be patient with attitudes and stuff like that, because understandably they catch attitude, I catch attitude. It's bad because it's a bunch of women, and it's we're all trying to get our point across. No,
yes, the little women definitely have their attitudes.
Yes,
it definitely shows through. But like you said, it's just patience.
Be patient.
Yeah, it's for real.
So tell me about the owner of the dance team.
Okay, so the owner, her name is Shani Kirksey Stokes. So, what I would say is, that's my mom, by the way. She's my mom. And she's the one who had me in dancing, and she's the one who, and my little sister, she's also the captain of the team. Mm-hmm. So, as far as, I don't know what much to say about my mom. She's great. She's the one who started this whole thing. Honestly, her vision of it came from me. Just from me dancing all these years, she just was like, oh, okay, I'm going to start my baby a team. Mm-hmm. So I can forever be grateful for that, forever.
Coach Tammy. I really like being at the studio, honestly. I had found the team because I needed something to do, so I sent her an email and I was like, well, I'm 20, I want to start my own team, but I don't really have the girls or the means to do that right now, so can I come coach for you? She said, yeah, it was fine that I could come coach for her. And so ever since then, I think that was maybe 4 months ago, ever since then, it's been pretty cool, being around and learning from her, like how to direct the studio and things like that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So she basically started this team because of you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's awesome.
So it was just something she took with it and ran. Like, I think one day I just was like, I want my own team. I want to dance again. But I was like, 21. Or, she was like, I didn't think she was even going to be serious about it. Like, one day she just was like, guess what I did? I'm like, what? She's like, oh, girl, I want to got a studio. Like, I want to start a team. Let's start a team. She was just like amping me up. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm with it. Let's do it. And here we are, I want to say, like, we're about 3-4 years in now. Like,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I understand the patience part because I'm the youngest and only girl. So I am very, like, needy for, like, attention and all stuff like that, and the attitude very much so. You can ask my brother Top, he knows. I get emotional or I get frustrated and I just be all over the place. So definitely feel you on the whole, patience part. And then it's a lot of girls that you guys juggle with, so it's like, you be there, you be there. Yeah, understand that. Whitney, please tell me about LA. I'm super interested.
Well, what do you want to know? Like, I love LA strictly because of the food. Like, I feel like personally LA has the best food, especially street vendors. I love street vendors. Like, it's people that will they have a cart on, like, the back of their bike, and they'll drive it up and down the street, and they'll sell ices, corn on a cob, and it's like some chips or something. It's like some Mexican chips with chamoy and lime on it. Or, like, they even have out there, they have a Benny Hibachi truck on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Wow, that's dope. I like that. I don't know if they have that in LA because I've never been, but Chicago has the same thing, like trucks, food trucks, and they sell, like, what is it? It's the corn. It's
elote with the mayonnaise and the cheese.
I like
okay,
that.
So I think, awesome. I don't know, I had it from different places, but it's just not the same. Like, you won't get authentic Hispanic food until you go to LA. Like, it's not the same from, like, pulling up to a car wash and they have the whole stand out there and you just buy tacos.
Right. I love that corn, though. Hopefully I'll go to LA one day. That's awesome. Do you feel like you want to go back, or you like St. Louis enough to stay here?
I like St. Louis enough to stay here. I like to go back to visit, though. I love visiting.
Definitely. So I have a question for both of you guys. Were there ever a time where you guys kind of wanted to give up with coaching or at a competition?
There's a lot of times. We're women, like, we're emotional. There's a lot of times, like, especially at competitions, like, it don't even so much be the girls, the kids that makes us upset. Like, it could be the whole scenery, like the setup of the competition and how they're, moving and doing things in a competition. It makes me upset sometimes, and sometimes I do get overwhelmed and be like, I'm not. This our last competition. We're not doing this no more. Because, like, they aren't being fair. Like, some people, not all, they aren't being fair. Like, it's just, it's a lot. So the tensions run high. I do say stuff like that sometimes, but I've never actually quit, except when I went on my maternity leave.
Yeah, I have this one instance where I was coaching cheer as soon as I turned 18. I was coaching cheer. I miss my cheer babies I love them to death. I miss them. But the organization was so messed up. Like, I had stayed up, I think, like 4 hours gluing emblems onto cheer shells. Because everything was supposed to come assembled and nothing came assembled and nobody helped me.
Wow. It can be rough in the coaching business. Like, with the people above you, at the competitions, other coaches, all of that. So I definitely understand that. Definitely 100%. Are there any words of encouragement you guys like to say to your girls, or like whenever y'all going into a competition, practices, any of that?
The only thing I tell my girls is I mean, there's a lot of things I tell my girls, like, just to encourage them, like, work hard, play hard, like, if you want to eat it up on the stage, like, if you want to kill it, like, you got to kill it, you got to show that same energy in her, like, and then even, like, on the like, outside of dance, like, I tell them stuff, like, outside of dance, like, you don't always got to have a nasty attitude about things, like, no, you got to look at things from the better side. I don't know. I try to keep them positive. I try to keep positive thoughts into their head, because it's a lot of stuff in this world that these girls, like, go through. So, I don't know.
I forgot the question.
Well, the question was, are there any, like, encouraging words you like to tell your girls?
So, like, if we're at practice and, like, one of them is, like, constantly getting stuck on the same thing, I'm like, you got the moves. Like, you know what you're doing. Just have a party. Now that you're doing it, like, you have the moves down, just have a party. Like, or have fun. Like, it's just as simple as that. Like, just when y'all go out here, have fun. Give it everything that you have. Do the same thing that you've been doing at practice, because you already worked so hard to get here. Or, like, just trying to keep, like, their spirits up, because sometimes, like, being a coach is kind of tough, because, like, when you're kind of repeatedly telling them, like, what they're doing wrong, it kind of beats down on their self-esteem a little bit. So, like, even sometimes after, like, telling them what they're doing wrong, like, you got to come back and be like, oh, well, y'all did this really well. I seen that you did this really well. Just apply the critiques I gave you, and it'll work out.
Gotcha. Definitely. So, I want to know, like, what is you guys' most memorable moment with being, like, with the dance team, like, as a whole, as being coaches and
I'm sure I say, what you mean, like, coaches or being on the dance team?
As a whole. Well, you guys can tell me the memorable moment you guys had as being a coach. Let's just say y'all had a competition or something, and that was one of those competitions was one of y'all memorable moments. It can be good, bad, sad, anything.
There's a lot of memorable moments. I don't know. Yeah. Like, they're all, like...
Which one is your favorite?
I probably would have to say... I'm going to speak on the terms of being a coach and being a dancer. Gotcha. As a dancer, my most memorable moment was dancing with Lincoln College, like, their dancers. It was everything. It was everything. Like, everything a majorette girl would dream. Like, a person that doesn't, dance for the college. You watch those girls in the bleachers on the college. You're like, oh, I love them. Like, that was me. So, when we were able to do that, I showed out. And that was definitely memorable for me. And as far as being a coach, the most memorable moments would be like the road trips, like when we would go on, like we would ride on the road, and we would buy. I love chilling with my girls. Especially when we doing like the road trips, like it's fun. Like I be doing TikToks with them. It's just like I be trying to turn up with them. Like it'd be fun. I like chilling with my girls.
I think my most memorable moment as a coach was, this actually wasn't too long ago. We did a parade for the 4th of July, and I cut the wrong sleeves off the uniform. I think about that almost. I probably think about that twice a week. Straight cut the wrong arm off the uniform.
Wow. So were they mad? Were they upset at you?
The girls are never upset.
No, they weren't upset, but they were like, a couple of us have the wrong arm.
Yeah. They'd be like, Coach.
Well,
see what had happened was in the groove.
I was cutting a little too fast. But my favorite moment as a dancer would probably have to be being around girls that were my age, because I have brothers that are the same age as me, but my sisters are way older.
Awesome. So, as being coaches, again, like, do you guys see yourself further in your career? Or are y'all interested in something else, like, that y'all wanna?
As far as I see this always being like something, like an aspect in my life, but it won't be my career. But I definitely see keeping the youth and being a coach, and like, it takes a village to raise kids. So being a part of, these young people's lives, being able to change or, affect it in any way, I think that's going to always be in my, like, just a part of who I am. It's going to always, I'm always going to be able to do that. Like, but as far as, like, being a coach a career, that is hard. Like, being a coach, it's hard. Like, it really is. Like, there's not, like, you have to reach a certain statue, like, in life to be making a living off being a coach. Like, that's something that's hard. Whoever doing that, you hard.
May God bless your heart.
Yes, because it took you some stones to get there.
Definitely. Definitely.
How you feel, Whit?
I feel that this is definitely going to be something that I'm going to always do. I don't feel that it'll be a career, like it'll be something that I'll live off of, but it'll always be, like, I always want to reach out to kids, like people younger than me. Anything that I could do with somebody younger than me, anything I can do to help them, I'm going to do it. But I start school in maybe like 30 days for hair, so that's really what I plan on doing.
Period.
I like that. Good luck to you on school. Hopefully it's very successful. I believe you. I believe you can do hair, even though I haven't seen pictures. But, quick question. If I was to call both of y'all out right now and tell y'all to battle me, what would y'all say?
Yes. Battle you in what, dance?
Yep.
Oh,
because I think I can dance better than you.
Girl, what you could do? Some TikToks?
Definitely.
Oh. All right, so you might win in the TikTok battle. But if we, like, doing, like, straight, you know what I'm saying, dancing, I think I might take that. It's been, and I ain't danced in a minute. I just had a baby, but I'll take that.
I'm definitely going to take you down through that. What about you, Whitney?
Yeah, so I don't do no TikTok dancing. Like, I be trying to learn the TikTok dances, but I just can't get it.
It's like they a little, like, it's like, I don't know what it is about TikTok dances. Like, I be learning them, and then I be like, dang, I, like, kind of look a little slow. Like, I don't really look like the kids. Like, the kids be killing it. They be like, I be like, oh. And then as soon as I do it and watch it, I be like, it's not giving what the kid just gave.
I think I'm going to put this one in the draft.
Yeah, it's just them kids be giving on TikTok.
Yeah, I got like over 200 in drafts right now. Like, I don't even, sometimes I just like, nah.
Yeah.
I didn't do it like they did.
I try not to do no dancing on there. I'll tell a little story time or something like that, but I'm not doing no dancing.
Start doing story times on there. People gonna be cracking up. I got a story. For
you
everything.
Definitely should start doing that. Are there any words of encouragement you have for other dance teams or other young girls in such organizations?
So, in, like, I would say, don't give up. If you're a person who's really into dance, if things, like, even if your coach is tough, or if, like, your schedule is just, like, swamped and you're tired, like, just don't give up. Like, you have to make room for the things that you want, and if dance is something that you want, don't give up. I see a lot of girls who get, like, they be, I don't know, probably like the age of 16, 17. It happens so much on our dance team. So, like, by the time they get, like, 16, like, they'll dance from, like, 6 all the way up to 16. By the time they get to 16, they just be over it. It's just a wash. Like, they ready to just go do other things.
Yeah.
And I just be having to tell them, like, you just spent you could be great. You spent 10 years dancing, and you're good. Like, you got it. But you just gonna stop? You're gonna drop the ball now? You're gonna stop because there's other stuff to do outside? Like, come on. Get your head in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, when I turned, like, 15, I had stopped dancing. I stopped dancing for, like, 3 months because I just wanted to explore everything else, because I was just going to school, staying at school, doing
so maybe that
programs.
should be the like, if you're gonna take a break, take a summer, and then just come back when next season, because I definitely can agree. I definitely stopped dancing when I was 17, and then I didn't start back until I was like 19, 20. So I do relate, and I do understand Don't think that I don't because I said what I said.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. Like, I had stopped dancing for a little bit just because I wanted to see what everything else was like. Because I'm at school, I'm not getting home till 6 o'clock. Then I'm going straight to dance practice from home. Like, it was just a lot. But a lot of people, like, it get hard for them and then they want to give up. Like, they don't understand. It's going to get harder before it gets easy. Like, you're going to hit absolute rock bottom before you get up because the only way you can go from the bottom is up.
Definitely. Well, I like both of you guys' answers for as far as the encouraging words. And I wanted to thank you guys for coming on the show. And I'm going to let y'all drop all y'all social medias because we want to make sure everybody from our page, make sure we follow y'all and, support.
All right. I guess you can follow me on Instagram at Mocha Money. Should I spell it for them?
Mocha.
But it's like regular mocha. Mocha Money. That's it.
Okay.
You can follow me on Instagram at simplywith2ys.whitney.
And the dance team page, what's the name?
Starstruck Divas Dance Company. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us in Google. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on TikTok. If that's what you do, we on TikTok. We got them TikToks too, y'all.
Okay. Y'all heard them. Make sure y'all go follow all of their pages. And don't forget me, Heavenly 2 times. And don't forget to follow our podcast page, No Adults Allowed. Thanks for watching. And we out.